YouTube. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the crazy VODs. Here's another crazy VOD. It's a variety day today, so I want to go ahead and just do some like pulls. I'm gonna do some pulls on my Hoyo games, and then I'm gonna play some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get started. I only have like a couple pulls. It's like not really that crazy. I just wanted to start off doing this. I do want Emily, but Lord knows if I'm gonna get it. Oh, I could get Yanfei too. Hey, this is actually, I mean, I'm always pretty lucky when it comes to these things because I don't have any characters, so let's go. Another scout. I am getting the other currency too, so I might be able to get something else. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I can get. Oh. Yeah, I'll just get one more. Who cares? I honestly just do the pulls for fun. They're just fun for me. I woke up today and I was like, I need to do some Genshin pulls, just like for my nerves. Okay, what's it gonna be? Okay, let's get into Honkai Star Rail and do some pulls there, right?
Yeah.
I see Pommy's in here. Hi, Pommy. I saw Pommy's avatar. It disappeared.
Yeah.
Pommy's avatar disappeared right when I was about to pick it up. Does it reappear ever? Maybe it's because there's so many people. Here. There, Stan Luna.
Blitz.
Yolanda Pool? Oh, girl, I fear she's coming for you. Yolanda's out on the prowl. That bob is so sharp. Hi, Pickled. In Star Rail, there's a good character running right now. Whoa, whoa. If you like her aesthetic, highly recommend. Don't forget, you can do her trials. Okay. Honkai is open. Let me go ahead and... Hi, Roses. Thank you, Dom. Thank you. I like the facial hair. I'm really enjoying the facial hair. I don't care. I've been like it's been growing for like a month, right? And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but people seem to be pretty indifferent about it, which I mean, y'all are normal people. Like for some reason, anytime there's a change in my look, I'm like, oh my goodness, the internet's gonna hate me. Um, y'all literally don't care. So I've been having a good time with it. Oops. Oh, my sound. I do play with my sound off when I'm doing my dailies because y'all know me. I gotta turn on a video essay to do anything in the modern day. Um, we're very normal. Well, yes. Hi, Okan. Hi. Okay. Now, I still have to get used to this shop. I think it's not that. It's Stellar Trade, and I want to get the golds. Anything else? Like, I know there's a limited one, too. Yeah, let's get these. Let's get these as well. Oh, we can get some of these, too. Okay. Fear and Loafing, hi! Okay, let's do some pulls. I wonder if you'll pull Navia this time. That's Yunli. Oh no, I love her. I saw her I saw her trailer. I love her aesthetic. Yes. Oh my goodness. We both kind of have like the same like hair, you know, it's kind of like big at the top. Um, let's do it. Let's go. Okay. I love the cards. Just pulling on Hoyoverse games is fun. Like, I literally don't care what I get. Like, it's just fun. That's, okay. Dark Mio. That's Cursed Mio. Cursed Mio. Okay. She's evil. I hate her. Oh, I got, Yukong. Wait, that's her older sister. That's Ho-Ho's older sister. Oh my goodness. That's Ho-Ho's older sister. What does she do? She does increases toughness reduction. Oh, is she a buffer? Harmony. Yeah, she's a buffer. Okay. Scap. Scap. Okay, I think I have some standards. Yeah, I do have some standards. Okay. 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 A girl. Okay, I did get Yukong though. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave Mio here in front of her. This girl is trapped. Asta has been trapped here for like 2 weeks. I just log in and make it auto battle. Have fun, Asta. I hope you have a coat. Bye. Okay, let's play some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Fawn, you also have enough shop currency for the last standard pull. Oh, too late. We'll do it. We'll do it later. I'm gonna play some more tomorrow. Let me open up. Let's play some music. I have to open up this game. Super random question, but do you play Overwatch? I do. Every now and then I do. I've played it basically since it came out. It's not like my main game, but like it's fun for sure. Okay. Oh, dang it. I gotta restart the client. Finally caught a Fawn stream. Hi, Jemmy. Reaper Mythic, everyone cheered, but it's because Juno's there. A Reaper Mythic? Does Reaper have one yet? Did you try Zenless Zone Zero? Yes, I did. I think it's great. I think Hoyo does really great games. I think I like in terms of like mechanics and like concept, I think they do a really great job. I'd be playing it if I had more time. Let me change my... Let's change this to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the stream, so I can inevitably attract the ire of scared middle school boys. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Or grown men. Y'all be surprised the amount of grown adults who be acting the way they do on the internet. Me.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
Why does it say that? is this? Oh, okay, we're good. Okay. So we can go to that new area, but I want to work on that gloom thing first. I've definitely done Overwatch streams before. I have to turn off like a lot of overlay stuff because my PC can't run all of it at once. But we've done Overwatch together before. We haven't really done a lot of like play together stuff in the variety days, but we might re-enter that era. Y'all know how it is. Really, it's quite random when we decide to do things. Okay, so I want to go back and try to do that Gloom mission again that I died on. Reaper got the Mythic this upcoming season. Also, Ashe got a Wizard of Oz skin. Oh, I like that. Oh, it looks interesting. She's not even wearing Reaper Red. Oh. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Oh my goodness, that's such an amazing American classic. I love that song so much. Hi, Robbie. Everyone remember to stay hydrated. It's very cute, very mindful. Hi, Pong. What are we doing? Hold up. Please. Store. You don't seem to have anything. Did I lose everything I had? Okay. I literally don't have any items. Okay, that's concerning. I think I lost my special stuff too then. Uh-oh, okay. Well, I guess that's what I get. I guess that's what I get. I guess we'll take some power bands for me out. We'll take a special band for Stunny and a stamina band for me. Surskit doesn't really need... I guess I'll give a defense scarf to Surskit. I'll take the gold ribbon to sell. Planning to play again Mystery Dungeon since it got released on Switch. Some people have been playing it. They've been enjoying it, Pong. Roll Hall, Radar. Well, I'll bring an escape orb just in case. A max elixir. 2. Ooh, royal gummy, brown gummy. I won't worry about that. Apple. Okay, we'll take all that. And I'll give the defense scarf to Surskit, the power to Meowth, special to Stunny, stamina to me. And let's sell. It's hard being so pretty because it means I can't be smart. I'm so mad. I've been waiting for 20 minutes for food and it didn't turn on the side of the air fryer. Put on the food and... You know what? I haven't experienced that before, but I just wanted to say that I love air fryers. I love air fryers. Like, yeah, maybe they're a little bit more of a hassle to clean, but the way that the food comes out and you don't really have to do anything... Come on now, get into the air fryer. I did go grocery shopping today, and I got some tilapia. And y'all know me, my brain has been rotted by gay people. So in my head, when I got the tilapia, I said, fresh tilapia in my head. A fresh tilapia. Fresh tilapia. Isn't it like healthier too? I think so. I mean, like it's essentially like a microwave. You don't really have to use much oil, like especially if like it's a type of meat or something that can like produce its own type of oil or has been frozen with some oil or something like that. Yeah, but I just do it for convenience, honestly. So we're gonna go to the northern desert and show them the boom boom gun. Oh, that's sweet. Air fryers are basically just small ovens and they work faster, so you shouldn't need to add anything. Yeah, when I say microwave, I mean like the convenience. I know that they don't like do actual like microwave technologies, but yeah, I love my air fryer. I treat it like a mini oven, basically. I dried some pineapple chunks soaked in cinnamon sugar for a day on the lowest setting for 6 hours. Yes, drying stuff, like drying fruits is so amazing. I actually want to figure out if I can do like dried like sugared ginger because I discovered something with me. Like y'all know me, I'm Korean, so I definitely, you know, ginger's been part of my life for a minute because my grandmother literally would just go buy ginger and make me eat it. But I got some ginger recently, and y'all know that like lately my body has been like sort of changing in a way where like I'm getting an even lower tolerance for like milk products and dairy products. I had like a cheesy corn dog recently, and I had some ginger later that night, and it like I didn't like fully eliminate it, but it very much like 80% of like the bloaty feeling gone because of the ginger. So I was like, so what the universe is telling me is I need to figure out how to make my own crystallized ginger. Chicken nuggets in the air fryer equals girly pop. Yes. Honestly, any sort of like frozen fried food, it's optimal in the air fryer. Like the oven doesn't even do it as good. You need it in the air fryer because it's a more closed space. Something about the air fryer is just going to take it to that crispy level, and you need a crispiness for your chicken nuggets, for your fries, for your tots. Fond Druid era. Yeah, I mean, like I'm always trying to enter my Druid era. Something airflow science, something heat distribution. Exactly. Hi, Pookie. I have so much ginger I haven't touched yet. I love ginger, and you can honestly get crystallized ginger, like the sugary crystallized ginger, for very cheap. But maybe it's easy to make. Like if I can make like a ton of it at once, definitely. But I feel like my air fryer is so small that it might actually just like be better. I might actually be better off just like buying it. Because at a certain point, like I'm not going to be spending like 12 hours to make like a handful of ginger. Like no, I have a big appetite. Also fun, IDK if you've still been catching up on Drag Race, but Alyssa Edwards is back on Global All-Stars season that just started. It's so crazy seeing her back on the screen. I wonder we'll finally know Alyssa's secret. Alyssa's Secret was such a great web series. I heard that she was back on Global All-Stars against the world versus space versus Thailand. But I'm still on like season 12, so... Hi Squid Inks. Now, Barrel in the Discord. I don't know if you watch the streams or if you watch the VODs, but you found me from somewhere. Happy birthday. Maybe I should get into ginger. I love a crystallized ginger moment. I will eat it so much that it makes my stomach burn a little bit because it's very, I don't know if it's like acidic or something, but it's like, I mean, y'all know what ginger is. It's like, it's a root, but it's got like that sort of kick to it. But I love it. I love it. Or like the Korean teas that you can get in the jars that's like just basically sugar with like fruit in it. You can get ones with that have ginger in it. I love that too. Those enzymes, mama. Right. You finished Endwalker last night? Congrats. I did not like the story with Zero, but she's okay. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I hate the game now. But I was like, oh, okay. Have fun in Dawn Trail. Endwalker's next, yeah, I think so. I mean, Dawn Trail is after Endwalker. Girl, I've played the game for so long I can't even keep track. Congrats on the shiny comfy. Oh well, Larvitar's gone. I also I just googled and it looks like you can do crystallized ginger by boiling it. See, that's too much work. I don't know. I left kitchens for a reason. Is Dawn Trail my favorite expansion? I actually like it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I had this whole rant yesterday. I don't know. I just don't play games that I don't like. I knew that I like Final Fantasy XIV, and I knew what to expect from it. I really liked it. I think it's like actually, yeah, it is my favorite expansion. I think the content is all very much modernized. I think that they really refreshed the formula in a way that is still an MMORPG from the era that it came from, but they very much freshened it up. Visually and mechanically. I'm a high-end player, not to toot my own horn, but I do play Savage, and like I get into the content like that. And I see the adjustments that they've made, and I appreciate it. Second favorite was probably Stormblood. I think Tsukuyomi was like such a fun arc. Third favorite is probably... I don't have a third favorite. You're eating some hot Cheetos? I want some hot Cheetos. If you grew ginger, you would be able to live your Stardew Fantasy. That would be really, really slay. I don't know why, but like something within me, like something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I had this conversation with my boyfriend last night, but like I've always been very woo-woo. Like when I was younger, I would always feel as though like I could like notice patterns or just like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. I would notice things and just feel like there's like an energy or something about it. But like the older I get, there was like moments where I would try to like not be so crazy, but I'm crazy. And for some reason, I just have this feeling now that I'm gonna eventually make like $450,000 in a year and buy a house. I don't think it's gonna happen this year, but I think it's gonna happen sometime in my 30s. It's just like gonna happen like as a one-off thing, I think. Is this called autism? I do genuinely want to go get tested for ADHD or to see if I'm on the spectrum. I know some people don't need that, but I personally need it. But honestly, if I did find out that I had either of those things, I don't think anything would really change. I could also just be like, I don't know. Hey Fawn, are you going to shiny hunt comfy while the event is going? Also, I got a shiny gimme ghoul. Probably not. I've really like shiny hunted down Scarlet and Violet. I already have a comfy. I don't really want another one. Meatless lasagna with sun chips on top of goldfish powder. Can you get goldfish powder? Yeah, we love clarity. With the way your manifestation powers work, it wouldn't shock me if you got a house in the next few years. That would be so funny. Now, my question is, did I lose all of my items? I lost a lot of them. I'm getting... Okay, well, it's a good thing that I've been hoarding. Let's do this again. Just grind up some goldfish powder. Oh, right, I do have a ninja. Those Larvatars are really something else, huh? So Power Band and Stamina Band are taken care of. I need the special attack and I need the defense. Thank you, Skylar Opal, for subscribing. Thank you for 2 months. Yes, it's PMD day. I'm trying to get through this stupid I'm trying to get through this stupid thing, but I'm having a hard time. I need special attack. I have power and yeah, so I need special attack. I don't have any defense anymore. So that's cool. That's so cool. Maybe I shouldn't bring anything else since I can't be trusted. So let's just like not bring anything this time. Because Larvitar is going to be able to just throw rocks at my face. And I'm just like, I'm so happy about that. Like, I'm really happy to see Larvitar finally getting a moment to shine beyond being like part of one of the ugliest evolution trees. Like, I'm just so happy for Larvitar because not only do people catch it as a means to an end to get that ugly Tyranitar Pokemon, but like now that it's able to like sort of sit in my face and annoy me over and over and over again, like we're finally giving it the attention that it frankly never deserved. Let's go. Hi, Kizzy. Your dog sitting right now? Hi, dog. Fawn, I hope you get the rural living experience you deserve. A little bit out of the way from the city, a good 20-minute drive in, a garden, a big driveway, a nice 2-story building, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, Long Island bar top, in the kitchen, maybe a cat or dog. Thank you. Thank you so much, Damsel, because that is literally like aligned like 90% with what I want. Like, for real. Like, I don't even want like that much land. I would feel spoiled with an acre. Like, really. And like, I could definitely do with more, but I know myself and I know my tastes, and I would want to fill all that land up with stuff, and I don't know if I can sustain that within myself. So it's like, I just need enough to garden, you know? I want 2 cats and a dog, and I want enough land for them to be able to go in and out of my house without me being worried about like my neighbors. Not saying that I would not have like adjusted and trained sort of domestic animals in my space. Like, they would definitely be socialized and stuff like that, but I want them to like, I want us to be able to wake up in the morning and like not have to worry about the people around me, because I am constantly on red alert with people around me. And like, that's fine. I love people. But sometimes I don't want them around. If you need an interior design consultant, let me know. Okay. Okay, so what do we need to get to? We need to get to the 13th floor and arrest Gloom. Like, get out of my way. Going from living in a trailer to a small home to this whole farm was insane. It's really weird living here sometimes because it doesn't feel real. I understand I'm here to work a job and live on this type, but like, it's still crazy. Living on land is like really just like such a nice experience. Like, it's not like necessarily better. I like different things for different... Please, y'all. I like different things for different reasons, but in terms of living, I definitely see myself a lot more aligned with like living my life, like in a little bit more privacy, a little bit more like having my own space. But I do like the city. Like, I think that's the Capricorn in me. Like, I love to like go and party and go shopping and like go to restaurants and stuff like that, but I also need to be able to take myself out of it when I want to. Like, I can't live in it all the time or else I will go crazy. Now, Larvitar, destroy it. Like, I was trying to be nice and not use my Mega Drains on it, but it really... Oh, driving in the city. No. I'll be getting an Uber. I will pay any price. I'll pay any price. Really. I will pay any price to not have to deal with it. I will pay any price to be able to dissociate through city traffic. I don't care. And if I can't afford it, I'm not going to the city. It's not worth it. Not to me. It's not worth it to me. I will go without if I have. Can we please get more forms of public transportation? Yeah, one of the things that like I really wish I didn't experience when I lived in Germany was like like federal infrastructure, like an actual plan for infrastructure and like public transportation, because when I got back to the States, I was like, oh, so like that's why like everything feels so disconnected, is that it's all in between like highways and stuff. And like you can technically get on the bus, but they do it just enough for you to like not be able to complain about it. Like when you ask for like better busing or better public transport, they're like, oh, we already have it. Technically. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's ridiculous. There's something so freeing about not having to worry about traffic. Like, just like getting on the bus, like in Germany, you could literally like the stops that I was near, like 20 minutes. You just go show up to the bus stop and you know within like the next 20 minutes you're about to go somewhere. And the routes are all very much laid out and like it makes sense. And you just get where you need to go and you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere. Not a lick of gas that you need to buy. No planning. It just... I think I just need to move to a place that has better buses. My boyfriend's been applying to jobs in some really cool places. I hope that we get to go to a cool place. I had that conversation with him today. I love the house that I'm renting, and I'm very weird. Like, I feel like my house is an entity, and I try to like be respectful of it as an entity, because it is. But like, while I don't necessarily hate my house, like I don't wake up in the morning being like, oh my god, I hate living here. I actually really love my house. I usually like, I've never lived in one place for longer than like 4 or 5 years, and I've been in this house for a long time comparatively, and I'm ready for like a new area, like a new place. I'm trying to be careful here. I've lived in Seattle for the majority of my life, and the bus system there is pretty good. It goes to all the suburbs too. Well, yeah, I think like major cities are pretty good. But like the sort of metropolitan areas that are technically cities, but like don't get the city treatment, it's kind of like just ridiculous. I would love to go to Seattle though. The bus is the only way for me to get to the city from my little town unless I want to tread through fields of cow, horses, alpacas, and sheep. Leech seed. Hey, let's get rid of curse. Okay, Pixie. I hope you have a good day of work. Thank you for hanging out. Good luck. Make that money. Money, money, money. Always sunny in a rich man's world. Is there a city or country I would dream of living in? Honestly, okay. So a few. I would love to live somewhere in like the sort of more like left-leaning, progressive Appalachian areas. I do love the mountains. I do think my boyfriend has sort of like brainwashed me into loving mountains, because I did not grow up around mountains, but he did. And now I love mountains. I would love to live, I would honestly also love to have like enough capital and savings to be one of those foreigners who get one of those like traditional Japanese houses because they have those programs where you can like actually get the house for really cheap, and they help you to like immigrate to Japan basically. The only stipulation is you have to renovate the house but still keep it to code for like historical integrity. I would love to do that. Like on the mountainside, like somewhere like very like fully coolly coded, like. But like I also understand that I've never been to Japan, so I could be looking at that with very, very rosy colored glasses. Honestly, I loved Korea. If there's any city that I think that I could handle living in, it was Korea. Like, when I was in Busan, the apartments there are like, they build up because Korea is relatively small, so they build up, but the apartments are like not made of like plywood like they are in America. Like, you actually have privacy. Like, I mean, like, I know like not all apartments are going to be up to that standard, but many are, and you can get like a nice apartment and still have a sense of privacy. Korea, you can literally like in the major cities, you can just walk out and just go anywhere you want. And that was so fun. And the markets were so fun. Like, for me, I don't get social anxiety when I'm in a crowded area, but I know some people do. I get social anxiety when people like talk to me. So like when I'm in a crowded area, I actually feel more like safe because I'm just like around a bunch of people and like nobody can see me basically because there's so many people. So I would love to re-experience Korea again. But the thing is, like, if I were to move internationally, I would also want to have enough money to like not have to worry about like working like 60 hours a week. I would want to like be studying the language and like integrating myself into the culture, and like that's all just like, it feels like a pipe dream to me right now. Because I don't want to be like a foreigner who doesn't speak the language, or at least try to speak the language, you know. I'm going to college in a smaller town, and it's just not it compared to Seattle for me. See, you're a city boy, Comet. Embrace it though, embrace it though. I moved to a really, really small town for a couple years in high school after I lived in Germany, and I was like really like not into it, but after some time, I really do like, even though like not everyone like really vibed with me there, the people who like, the queer people that you meet in a small town are like a different breed. Like, it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying that like they're better, but it's something that not all queer people get to experience. So I would say find some queer friends in a small town. It's just, I don't know. You feel like a coven by the end of it. Like, it's like a bonding experience. My other grandma lives in, oh wait. I have family that lives in and around Pittsburgh, North Appalachia, and honestly I love it there. Yes, like queer mountain people are so nice. My other grandma lives in the Korean countryside and I love it, but I have tattoos and get stares. Yeah, see, I mean, you see me. Girl, I would have to live in the city, I think. POC in a smaller town kind of sucks though. Oh yeah. Being younger, being used to metropolitan areas, because I grew up in metropolitan areas, right? Like, and then like living in Germany and immediately going to small town America in the South while I was like 15, the psychological isolation that came with that, nobody could prepare me for. Like, I came out of it, and like just now in my late 20s, I'm realizing that like I'm continuously unpacking the like isolation that I had to put in my head in order to get through it, because frankly, Americans are so racialized that like in smaller towns, oh my god, like I didn't really like, I'm a very mixed person, right? So yes, I've definitely walked around being aware of like some people will see me a certain way, but like when you're in a bigger space, a bigger city, people tend to like not really be like that. But in a smaller town, it was like every single day my ethnicity was brought up, and it was like, this is so weird. Like, it makes you feel like so like out there. Kylie Minogue, I love your music. It's in your eyes. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Let me use my elixir before I lose it. Oh, I was about to say, of course I didn't bring it this time. What floor are we on? 11? Okay, we're almost there. DC is gorgeous and diverse and fun. I've been to DC once, and it was really. DC is like, that's a major city that I've. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. DC is a city that was really nice, but I didn't really get into the romance of it. I got into the romance of other major cities, but not really DC much for me. Maybe it was the way that I experienced it. Not to trauma dump, but that also leans into queer spaces, which are primarily, yeah. Intersectionality is something that a lot of, I mean, I'm speaking as a gay man. That's something that we really need to work on. But I try to just go where I'm loved, you know? And even then, like, in some of those queer spaces, I'm not considered a gay man, you know? Like, but, like, that's the thing is, that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. We need to arrest Gloom. Gloom, where are you, girl? Gloom, I need to discuss intersectionality with you. You're under arrest for failure to intersect with your fellow peers. There she is. Get her. You've fallen into... Oh no, it's the monster house. Gloom, you have gone too far. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Transforms Pokemon. Transforms Pokemon, okay. This is all I've got. Throw it. Gloom caught it. Oh, this is getting crazy. We gotta wait for everybody to take a turn. Okay, so Surskit's dead. Okay. I just gotta go on the assault. What does this do, actually? Afflicts a target enemy with leech seed status. Pokemon with leech seed status loses some HP every... We just gotta go in. We gotta go in. Oh my god. Y'all, please hang in there. I wonder if we can just beat Gloom, if we can just leave if we beat Gloom. Gloom is, this has been a journey. I've been doing this over multiple streams trying to get Gloom at this point. Mio, heal yourself. It's over. Meowth is about to die. This is hard. Oh my god. So now we know in order to beat Gloom, we need to have a Petrify Orb. This is insane. A Warp Orb? Hi Fawn, how are you? I think I joined an intense game. Hi Chowtails, I'm good. You can send them all away and pick them off one by one. Does the Warp Orb do all the Pokemon? Let's see. Oh, Gloom said, you want intersectionality? Get my girls. Highly recommend turning off water sport. Let's see. Surskate has been a little bit annoying with that. Okay, yeah, that doesn't even do anything. That was crazy, y'all. Well, I'm gonna be stubborn and still try to do this. I have items to spend, so back to it. Let's get I wonder if I can get like a water type Pokemon, because there's a lot of, well, there's dark and then there's like steel as well. What do we have? Yas, Baby Swirl, Miss Diva, Lilybell. Lilybell might work. Brat, Squibbles, Nahida, Peach, Stunny. Stunny's not really doing anything here. Do I have any fighting types? I don't think so. Lilybell's level 11. We'd have to level up Lotad. But let's just put Lotad in. I'm sure they'll get levels as we go. I'm gonna also check for I'm gonna check for warp orbs. Flan, hi! Now watch me get like a berry for finishing this. Oh, everybody lost items. Power Band. Special. I really don't know what they actually need. Let's see what Lilybell has right now. Absorb, Astonish, Nature Power, Mist. Hey, Flan, I'm happy to hear you're enjoying it. We do have warp orbs. Randomly warps enemies, randomly warps enemies. Makes enemies pause. Okay. Dive. And Brick Break. Okay. Burn Orb is really good too. Okay, I'll take some of those as well. I don't really know the difference between Spurn and Warp. It seems like they do all the same thing. I also want to get these gummies out, and I'm going to give these gummies to Lilybell. Just all of them. I don't care. Fawn, I'm in my plants and candles era right now. The gems I bought yesterday also look so slay next to the plants. Hey! I put all of my special rocks up on my windowsills. I have windows up at the top, so they're up there. Yeah, let's see if I can teach dive. I can't use it? Why can't I use it? Wait a minute. What's linking? Does that make them do it at the same time? Pretty much? Okay. Reduces the target's accuracy. Okay, I see. Oh, so let's link these. No. D-link. Shift up. Link. Okay. Now, I want to forget water sport. I don't need water sport, right? Remember bubble beam. We might be able to replace low tide because it's not letting me use that. I can't use that either. So let's get rid of low tide and I'll put Stunny back in because Stunny has a. Actually, I'm gonna put Peach in because Peach seems to maybe have a little bit more. Like Stunny only has like Shockwave right now. You can use one move after another. What do you mean? Hi Mantis, how have you been? I don't understand why I can't use those. You can program a succession of moves like a chain. Oh, do I do that in the Electivire shop? Let's see what Peach has also. Sand attack, bite, feint attack. You can use 2 moves during one turn if you link them. It's very powerful. Okay. Well, then Surskit, let's link Toxic with Bubble Beam. That'll be pretty powerful. Redo, thank you for subscribing and thank you for 8 months, Redo. Feint attack, it never misses. So let's shift that up. Shift up. So it'll never miss, and then spam Fury Swipes. What's Screech gonna do? Greatly reduces defense. I mean, we might as well go crazy. I have a bunch of max elixirs. I don't think I need to. I don't really think I have a setup that'll work like that. Screech plus Fury Swipes? Oh, that's actually a good. That's a good point. Let's do that. Screech and Fury Swipes. Oh, you're doing Island Sanctuary? How fun. I am working on the special, like, last mount. It's a long grind. Hi! Hi, Miss Gagbag. Welcome to the chat. Okay. I'm gonna put these TMs away because they ain't doing it. Well, actually, let me see if I can remember anything on Peach. No moves have been forgotten. Okay, well, let's put these TMs away so I don't lose them. And I'm also gonna get some max elixirs out. Oh, I only have one. Uh-oh. I wish the free MMO drought eventually ends. Girl, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I like a good pay-to-play game because I don't have to worry about their monetization. But I get why other people don't. Okay. Let's do some gummies and... Oh, let's check out Chansey. It's close to... Okay, it's not quite ready yet. Yes, the Spinkor. Let's go shopping. Now, Peach is also an attacker, so we'll give Peach that, and we'll give Surskit that. Okay, let's try this now. Yes, we do have new emotes, Rose. I'm also gonna make a little save state, because, girl... together. Its moves are... I do wish there was a way to like get Meowth into fighting range easier. Say go after foes. Flopzard the clown, exactly. Like we are focusing on getting up and through this area. Through and through. Trapinch looks kind of goofy in this game. Can't wait for Mega Charizard Z to introduce us to Legenza, to the clown type. We would love that. Oh, I should have accepted that Cubone. So it's okay. Austin, thank you for subscribing with Prime, and thank you for 5 months. Hey. Okay, so Surskit, I'm only gonna, I don't know how I feel about Surskit, like, constantly doing that. Let's turn that off. Just for now. We can use that for like big, you know, like enemy pools and things like that. Hi, Tropic Soul. Are you an Island Sanctuary girly? Yes. My Island Sanctuary is done. Oh, Trapinch is dead. My Island Sanctuary is done. But there's a special reward at the end. Like there's like a end game mode that I'm working on. Yeah, we'll take Cubone. Hey, Cubone. Guess we just got Wendy's. I want some Wendy's. Wendy's, eating right. Wendy's. Wendy's, burgers and fries. Wendy's. Now what does Cubone have? Focus energy, raises crit rate, tail whip, bone club, inflicts damage on the target. It may also inflict the target enemy with the cringe status. What does Leer do? Reduces defense. Okay, we'll have to link that later. Wendy's, 4 for 4. Wendy's, give me more. Self-destruct? So cool. The Baconator? That sounds so good right now. So y'all know that TikTok like literally doesn't pay me anymore. They just give me like chump change, I don't know. TikTok is so, I don't know where it went wrong with me in TikTok, but they think that I'm just a cheap little content creator now. I did just get a little TikTok check, and by little I mean very little. I might get myself some Wendy's with my TikTok check. Wendy's. They saw YouTube treating you better. They did, and I'm not kidding y'all. I've tested it. If you have YouTube in the video, or if you say it in the description, they will not push that video out. Like, I still have my girly pops on TikTok who are still always gonna have a little fun time with me. I expect at least like 1,000 views, you know? When I say YouTube or put YouTube on the video or in the description, 0. And my thing is, if you're so scared of YouTube, you can compete, but you decide to just suppress it. So what am I gonna do? Put it on YouTube, because on YouTube I can say TikTok, 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 TikTok. YouTube isn't scared. YouTube isn't scared about that. I can say it all day long. I say it in every video. My girls on TikTok said this. I posted a TikTok and it went like this. It doesn't make sense. What about Red Button Play app? I could probably say that. I gotta get out of here. I think TikTok thought that like they were just gonna be the one, and like they forgot about competition. So I'm waiting for them to straighten up. Actually, they need to gay up, because they're acting a little bit too straight for my taste. They treat me like I'm wearing the scarlet letter on that platform. I try to keep it so cute on there, and they treat me like a witch that needs to be exiled into the forest. Like, who's Charlie D'Amelio now? I listened to somebody doing literally a deep dive on Charlie D'Amelio, the D'Amelio family's whole story, and I do kind of feel bad for Charlie D'Amelio. A little bit. I have empathy for her. But I'm also like, well, if I was in your position, I would just retire. Give it like 5 years. Give it 5 years. They're gonna forget. And you can start over. Her thing is her father, it's all her father's fault. Actually, it's both her parents' fault, because that mother should have stepped in and been like, no, my daughter actually is building an amazing brand and you don't get to monetize off of it. Her dad is riding her coattail. Her dad is riding her coattail so hard. The reason why there's so many D'Amelio products out and there's so many failed D'Amelio things, the reason why that girl was sitting behind that register embarrassing herself the way she did was because her dad literally created an agency underneath the agency that she was already in, and is essentially like blacklisting her in Hollywood. Like, her dad refuses to like let anybody have any say if he doesn't get a cut. And all of these ideas that the D'Amelios are selling are all his ideas. Like, you gotta think, she was like 15, 16 when she went viral, and she's already said like, I'm tired. They're doing what they did to Britney to D'Amelio, but on a smaller scale. Like, Britney became like a global superstar. D'Amelio's just being like raked through the coals on the internet, which, I mean, how many kids are being exploited by their parents on the internet? I can count them literally. I don't have enough digits on my body to count them. So, have you considered doing those videos on TikTok that go on other brands' accounts? I forget what they're called. Gamer girls? Well, yes. I'm not really worried. TikTok is like pretty cool. I mean, I'm sort of chilling out on TikTok. Like, and when I'm saying that, I'm just kind of like doing whatever. There's some other creators that I follow that have larger numbers than me, and they're kind of in the same boat. Like, that's just kind of how it is right now on TikTok. What I'm focusing more on TikTok is just like posting whenever I get the impulse, doing my filters, talking to people in the comments, just having a good time. The energy that I'm putting into growth is on YouTube right now, because YouTube is like very rewarding. And I'm not saying like, ooh, I'm trying to become a millionaire. I'm like, ooh, what's gonna pay my rent? And right now that's YouTube. TikTok is good, I think, for talking to my girls. Like, TikTok, when I say it feels like Twitter, I really mean it feels like Twitter. Like, it's like Twitter, but with a video instead. Okay, can somebody help me? Like, why don't y'all fight? The Genshin girlies on TikTok make one uninstall. See, I told you, it's like Twitter. Oh, I have a Petrify orb. If I can make it. Y'all, I think I might die. Plus, let's not forget TikTok will most likely get banned anywhere. Yeah, let's just have fun while we can. Do I have a berry to eat? I have nothing. It's over. It's over. I gotta go. I gotta go. I need an escape orb. Hold down A plus B. I don't like it here. I don't like it here. Like, why don't y'all do anything? Like, oh my goodness, look, Meowth is going crazy right now. You could have helped me, Meowth. You know what? I'm sick of this. I really am sick of this. So how about the Overwatch stream? I'm not really in an Overwatch kind of mood. I know people are getting excited for it, but I am quite sensitive mentally right now. I don't know if I can take a competitive game. Have I tried to kill some Hysteria? No, but I know some people are having fun with it. How about a Return to Stardew DVD? I want to play Mystery. I thought y'all wanted me to play Mystery Dungeon. I'll probably end up playing ZBD one day. This is getting nuts. I'm getting okay. This is. I'm just gonna do the story. I can't handle this right now. I'm doing the story. I can't handle this. Gloom did not win the war. I'm coming back and I'm destroying Gloom the moment I get the chance. Her in that busted Botox lip drooling at all times. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get her one day. Wait a second. If there's only quicksand, that's the key to this mystery. There's no way forward, or is there? Y'all, I think that we're about to go into the quicksand, so... Let's go in the quicksand, Meals. Oh my goodness, we gotta talk about how we went through the waterfall too. Yes, do you remember when I told you about the waterfall because I have psychic energies, Meowth, and like I knew that we could go in it? I have this intuition that we can go in the quicksand too. Yep. You hate Island Sanctuary? The startup is quite there's a grindy startup, but it's an automated like system. You just kind of check in on it every week. But yeah, it is a little bit of a commitment. I like it though. There's a cool mount that you get at the end of it, but it takes a couple months of grinding to get it. Let's roll. Yeah, let's go find that time cure. Island Sanctuary is not something that I would recommend or I think is even designed to be like grinded. Like I think you're just supposed to start it up and then sort of let it do its thing. I'm also turning this off. Is that Ninkata? Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely an in-between grind, like Zavi said. Endwalker did not have like a field exploration like Eureka or Bozcha. They allocated development resources to the graphics upgrade and working on Dawn Trail, but we'll be getting that again. I think Island Sanctuary was kind of like an answer to that, because it's quite a passive grind, but it is something that sort of encourages you to log in. And there's some cute stuff in it. I liked Island Sanctuary. But it's not an immediate reward system. It takes some time. Like, I've been playing it since it came out. I did have like a kind of lull with it, but the last amount that you can get from it literally takes forever. You like Boston, but it's overwhelming. Yeah, a lot of that content is kind of hard if you're like a player that's still kind of getting to the end. But it's its own system. It's like you go into an instance that is its own like game. I don't even want to call it a mini game. It's like its own game. I like that kind of stuff though. When you're able to play it when it comes out, you're able to digest it all as it's drip fed. Whereas like when you're going into Boscha or Eureka now, you literally are getting like 2 years worth of content all at once. So that gets overwhelming. But the new one that's coming out, apparently they did an interview in another language where they're bringing back the duel system that they had in Boscha. They said they want it to be the best parts of both Eureka and Boscha. And well, honestly, one of the best parts of Eureka, not Eureka, but Boscha was the duel system. There would be like, essentially, it's like a big map that you have your own progression system in, and it spawns like bosses and stuff. And every now and then, I think if you hit certain criteria, you get a chance of doing a special like post-boss duel where it's just you versus the boss, and it's very difficult. Like, you can't just kind of like cheese through it. You have to know the fight, and everyone can kind of like gather around and watch you do it. And if you do enough of them, I think you get like titles and achievements and stuff like that. But that was so cool. Bye, Shans. Enjoy. I want to go get my nails done. I've never got my nails done before. How many channel points for a Glitterbeard stream? I know you hate them. Channel points? Girl. A Glitterbeard stream? I don't know if it's gonna be channel points, baby. It's gotta be something else. I don't even like having residual glitter from like eyeshadow on. Yeah, I don't understand how people do glitter beards often. Because you literally, your whole house and life would be glitter. I have been interested to know if I can do the same sort of eyebrow coloring trick that I've done on my facial hair. I just haven't tested it yet. It's got to be one of those like shower makeup things. Y'all know when you do makeup tricks before you take a shower, so you can like get rid of it if it's like you get rid of it basically right after you're done testing it out. I want to know if I can like do the same thing I do with my brows to my beard. Yeah, washing off glitter, because you know, like, it gets like underneath the hairs, right? And beard hairs are stubborn, so you can't like part it or anything. Oh my god. I do showcar, which means I find random glitter for my costumes everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all, apparently, Alex Kansani is getting, like, canceled, because obviously she uses AAVE accents. I'm not going to get into that today. But somebody tagged me and said, if you guys want to see the video that she took down, the Linguini Purr video, Fawn has it on his channel. And I was like, y'all, please don't involve me in this. Please don't involve me in this. I had half a mind to take that video down. Like, y'all are so weird. Leave me alone. Like, oh my god. Like, do not involve me in all this. I want my peace, please. Like, why do I have to beg people on TikTok to give other people peace? I am dying a lot today. Oh, standby adventure. I don't want to do that. This game is getting difficult. Wait, I didn't mean to go here. I wanted to go to the story zone. I was like, I thought there was a cutscene. I think some people on the internet, like, they see a certain number on someone's profile and it just like doesn't register that that person still is like, I don't have like a social media manager. I don't have like people that are in between. Like, I am fielding all of that. So like using my account as like your little plaything to cancel some model that like literally nobody knows except for gay people. I'm like, if people start coming to my profile trying to talk about social political issues on TikTok.com, I'm going to stop logging in again. Like, I just came back. I just can't handle it. Like, there's always an issue going on, and one human being cannot handle all that all the time. Hi, Alessandro. Undyne, I do have to agree, but see, that's the thing, is like, I don't think that TikTok, like I said, it's like Twitter. I don't think TikTok has the capacity for nuanced conversation. And like, it does, but it's very hard to find. But I do agree, like, slang is just so pervasive, and with the internet, people pick up things so much faster now. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I get where people are coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, please don't involve me in this. Because you know what it is? What it was too was some girl named Mackenzie. You go to her profile and she's like this, like, I'm sorry, teenage white girl who's involving me into her conversations on American, like, racialization. And I'm like, girl, I deal with this all day, every day. Can you leave me alone? Like, this is like, it feels like a game to her. She wasn't even following me. Like, that was the weird thing. She wasn't even following me. I didn't call her out, no, because I'm trying to keep my peace. But it's like, I ever since that one video, that joke video I made about the anti-aging thing, I genuinely don't look at my notifications anymore. It's gotten better now. And then the one time I felt comfortable opening up my notifications, Mackenzie starts involving me in Alex Kasani discourse. It's like, God forbid. Probably Anna's alt. It might be. my FYP is just cats to D&D. That's kind of what mine is too. My notifications are a different story though. Take me away from here. The unholy trinity. For real. The crazy thing is I used it as a video for the noodle sandwich. When the Pokemon eats a noodle sandwich. Okay, linguini purr. I literally had like Gardevoir's like hair edited onto her. It's like, oh my god. Mackenzie can't get through her day if Alex Kasani is not held accountable for saying purr. I'm waiting for it. Thank you, Meowth. Girl, Meowth, that hits so hard, but I wish you do it more often. Oh, wait, let me do that trick. A plus B. Oh, that is really nifty. Are the sand slashes bad? They're pretty bulky. They're also like the first like evolved form that I've seen. Vaughn, if Sanitize asks to be on your team, you must take her. She's so bulky. Yeah, I want one now. Do you gotta get more nets in Island Sanctuary? I think I hit a plateau. I don't remember, honestly. If you see any like quest markers on your map, I would recommend doing those because that basically gates you. What it's going to do is each quest marker is going to introduce a new recipe that you need to make in order to unlock more of the map and more things to get. Yeah, it does gate you too. That's why I say it's like a... I mean, the startup is a little bit faster, but like at the end of it, like really like once you hit like level, I think like 10, maybe 15, it becomes like a weekly. Like you just sort of like log in and just sort of manage it. There's a cool glamour that you can get once you finish it. And there's a cool amount that you can get when you finish the island. Like there's a new system that unlocks basically. When it takes so much willpower to not fast forward through everything. Kylie, I don't play fast forward. I do play fast forward in like my alone time. Like when I was doing the girly pop vlog, I would do like a gym playthrough before I would actually get into the actual stream, just so I can know what to expect. But especially for streaming, I like to make sure that the gameplay is like seen, you know, because I know some people like to see stuff. Oh god. But I also I can't handle like streaming and doing fast forward at the same time. Like it's kind of hard. Do I have a petrify orb? Okay, so I can use the orb, right? I'm gonna make a save state because I can never remember these things. Let's go. Let's start it. They're running away. Get them. Line them up. Let's go. Oh, God. Love the music, so funky. The Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music is really good. I've been incorporating it. I incorporated some of it into the Steel type video. I'm like constantly on the lookout for background music. It's not very noticeable, but it's just like an extra layer that I like to add. And the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has a library of like really great background music. Rest in peace, Xenoblade music. There's some Xenoblade music in there. Some of it, if it's too like, it has to be the right kind of music. Xenoblade has a lot of like very like orchestral music. Hi, Soma. They really are running away, huh? Well, I'm not gonna worry about them, honestly. Hi, Fawn, turn the TV on. You're on the news. The local news channel is saying that you look good today. You're literally being like, wow, Fawn, you look so good. I agree. And they started a poll, and 99% of 1 billion people said you look good. Don't worry about that. Thank you, Grease. I'm so happy to know that the news is covering that. Payday! That's cool. Let's get rid of Feint Attack. Hi, Lum Lum. Welcome. I like the Persona music, Kylie, but some Persona music, because the vocals are on it, it doesn't mix well with the video. So I had to be very selective with it. I did want to put some Persona in there, though. The trick, okay, so y'all want to know some meta that I'm discovering with editing and like videos on YouTube? It's not that people don't like YouTube videos. It's just like different audiences like different things now, and like TikTok has really changed the game. I've noticed it with some people who do edits. Let me get out of this floor first because this music is like really going off. The way that I edit those videos is like I try to edit it in like 5-minute chunks. So like I want to make sure that there's like something fun in those 5 minutes. So like I try to do music, I try to do like jokes, I try to do edits. Sometimes you don't find anything, so you just kind of have to deal with it. But like I kind of think of it as like, how many TikToks can I put in one video? And I think it works. I think people like it. I think I noticed that with I started noticing that because people will post compilation clips of on TikTok, but some web series don't work on TikTok. Like some compilation clips don't work on TikTok, but has a lot of like quick jokes. And I was like, oh, and y'all know me, I'm very inspired by I think is like such an integral part of like queer media. I'm a bit late to the convo, but I wanted to say that as a reminder to everyone, if you find a hateful video, remember to block or report rather than sending it back. That's actually really great advice. I love Peach. So like the music is one of those things that I try to do. Oh, great. So I didn't notice it until like a couple videos into the series, but some people literally like one for every like 100 comments, someone would be like, oh my goodness, I love that song. But I was like, oh, somebody like basically gave me some input on like what they liked. So now I try to incorporate music. Like at first, like I always like, I've done it on TikTok for years too. I always try to put background music because I just think that it works better. Nice to listen to something as someone's talking. I like that. But like, I think it's kind of fun to be like, yes, we're talking about Pokemon, but also Persona, you know, like, ooh, do you like Persona too? Like, I don't know. That's kind of how I am. Always like nodding to other games that I like. The encounter of Usagi when you said Yuki in his Yuki voice. Dude, the Usagi edits on the finale took so long. I was like, I'm going to go crazy, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I had half a mind to not do it because I was like, I can't do it. But I had to. I had to go and find the Japanese live action version of Sailor Moon, and I had to find clips of them doing their phrases, like their attacks, because it's hard to find Japanese Sailor Moon clips on YouTube of the anime, and I wanted to make sure that it was Japanese because the Japanese tone, like the Moon Prison Power, the way that they yell it and stuff like that, it reads a little bit better for the camp. I feel like it's more camp. Like we all know like Sailor Moon, the English version, a lot of us here know that, but I feel like the Japanese one is more camp. Okay, let's go. Anything from the 13 OST? That's actually, okay, so Undyne, you want to know something? A lot of video games don't copyright their music. Like Pokemon does not copyright their music. A lot of games don't copyright. I don't really know why. I hope they keep it that way because it's really great background music. But Square Enix copyrights their music. I did one video, I forget which one it was. I forget which one it was. I want to say it was the rock type video. I did a lot of Final Fantasy music. Copyright strike. I had to do 3 different drafts of that to figure out which songs were like getting struck. It's all Square Enix music. All Square Enix music. So I don't do that anymore. But you're right. Square Enix, like Final Fantasy has some bangers that would be perfect for background music. And I am playing with fire. I definitely am playing with fire using video game music, but it works for the aesthetic, so I'm willing to take that chance. I used to use Fire Emblem OSTs so much in my D&D campaigns. It's perfect for the vibe. Yeah, I mean, like, they're designed for, like... Some people will, like, be like, oh, that sounds like a video game song. I'm like, that's not a bad thing. They're designed to feel adventurous. They're designed to be in the background. They're designed to help create space. And, like, video games... There's so many games out now, iconic games, that, like, there's a video game soundtrack for every vibe that you want to create. Like, I'm not gonna host, like, a dinner party and play, like, Fire Emblem music, but I might sneak in, like, a Final Fantasy IX jazz track because that's good music and it kind of creates, like, the whimsy. I would host a dinner party and play some Pokemon music. It depends. Like, if it's just me and my boyfriend, sometimes I'll be cooking in the kitchen and it's just, like, straight up, like, game music. But, you know, like, if I had some normies over, which I never would have. I don't hang out with normies. I would just be playing, like, Katy Perry Woman's World or whatever. That's the only part of the song I know. Like, I'm so uninterested in that era that I haven't even listened to anything else. I will always say, like, Katy Perry gave us a chance with Witness, and when the world needed Witness the most, Katy Perry gave it to us, and we failed it. So if anybody is mad about the fact that she's giving us Dr. Luke trash, we had our chance. But it was too highbrow at the ooh, she's trying to make commentary. Turn it up, it's our favorite song. Dance, dance, dance to the distortion. Turn it up, keep it on repeat. Stumbling around like a wasted zombie. Yeah, we think we're free. Drink, this one's on me. We're all chained to the rhythm, that song ate. That song ate and it felt so vaporwave. Like it was so like dystopian, but it was also like kind of aesthetic at the same time. Did I hear her new song? I didn't. I don't know. It all sounds the same. All of that new stuff that she's putting out, it all sounds the same. People will keep saying like, oh, she released this, she released that. I've been thinking that she's been like promoting the same song this whole time. Hosting a dinner party and listening to Final Fantasy XIV Titania's theme. Also, let's also mention that Harley's in Hawaii is like one of the most iconic B-sides Katy Perry's ever put out. And I don't really stan Katy Perry like that. She's always sort of given like, I don't know. I don't know Katy Perry as a person, but I've never really been like, oh my goodness, she's such like an important artist in my life. Sometimes she's put bangers out, and I give my flowers where they're due. Harley's in Hawaii is like, 365 is also a really good one. Harley's in Hawaii is like top 5 Katy Perry songs. Top 3, honestly, Katy Perry songs. The Seed of Sacrifice theme. Is that from 14? For studying Pokemon music, walking Pokemon music, dishes Pokemon music, laundry Pokemon music. I love Pokemon OSTs. My roommate is a Katy stan, but hates the new music. I can't relate. I'm not a Katy stan, and I like some of her music. It's very peaceful over here. Have you heard Miss Madeline? No, I don't know who that is. Apparently, Caroline Polachek, she has a whole album that was just basically trashed Katy Perry songs. And I was like, oh my god, could you imagine a world? Could you imagine a world where Katy Perry actually kept those songs? Like, I don't even listen to her that much, but I was like, the way that she sings and like her sort of approach would work so well for modernizing Katy Perry's brand. Because let's be real, Katy Perry is a brand right now. She's not like she's not an indie darling. She's a record label sort of brand. That would work so well. If we get Mawile or Sandslash while we're here, that would be so slay. I'm hoping for Mawile. Peach is gone, so we have an open slot for Sandslash. I still think that Katy Perry's best album is One of the Boys. Because Katy and Caroline both have that sort of like, it's not yodely, it's like that sort of, they have the diphthongs and like the flips into the falsetto and stuff like that. It would work so well. And Caroline knows how to wield that as an instrument very, very well. Her direction over a Katy Perry album would make a really great pop vocal album. For studying La Fleur de Pois. That was a little moment. I really was locked into like my creative like pop era with that. It's really funny how like I will just get like so hyper focused on something, and like now like I'm really struggling to just write new music, but like sometimes it just like happens and I'm like, yay, I made a pop song. Now I'm in my streamer era. Hi JJ. Flower mustache. That was my last mustache era. I really loved that flower mustache. I kept that flower mustache for so long until like I didn't even wear it again. I just kept it, but it was made of a bunch of cheap products, a bunch of very cheap products, so it just eventually had to get thrown away. Oh, that's kind of cool, Miss Gagbag. Don't believe me, just watch. Lady Gaga remix. I didn't actually write that one, Materia. They just gave me lyrics and kind of like gave me a melody and then let me sort of like add some sort of some like harmonies and stuff. Like I had free will over the harmonies and everything. But Discoholic is a really talented producer. He literally taught himself how to play keyboard and like he's used keyboard to like produce everything. And that was like his first time like actually going into like a major studio, and pretty much all of the instrumentation and vocals was done in studio, and he directed that whole track. I was the only person who couldn't show up on site. So I sent him the vocals. But yeah, he's got such a vision. Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited for Stephanie's new era for sure. I can't keep up with news anymore. Like, everything happens so fast now. I'm just like, okay, well, when Stephanie puts out new music, I'll definitely listen. But snippets and leaks and teasers and I can't keep track. It's like XG's doing this, Luna's doing that, Gaga's doing this, Beyonce's doing that, Pokemon's doing this. I can't keep up. Y'all run it my way when it's out. I just started staining Carly. Oh, Hippopotamus is really cute when it's sleeping.
I threw a wish in a well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked at you as you fell, and now you're in my way. A dream was so far a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this.
IDKO stands out there, have the energy to keep conversating, sharing, and creating content about their own. That is 20%. Well, I think it's like part of the fun. Like, I mean, like for me, like I play Final Fantasy a lot, you know. I think some people just kind of like stand all day. You know, whatever floats your boat, I guess. I'll listen to the song and be like, hey, y'all did great. And then I'll just go play Final Fantasy. Have you ever played WoW? I played it a little bit when the Panda expansion came out, but Final Fantasy XIV is kind of more up my alley. I don't really, for some reason, I can't really get super into like Western MMORPGs. Maybe I'm just a big weeb, but I just kind of like this sort of fantasy aesthetic in like Asian MMOs. So like, I've played the most of like Aeon Online, Terra, MapleStory Mabinogi, Final Fantasy XIV. Games like that. Like World of Warcraft is cute and like it has great systems, and I actually kind of really love that you can like sort of like not necessarily multi-class, but like you can like play a job but like have different ways that you can go about it, and they kind of switch it up a lot. But I just like don't really get into the aesthetic. I just can't get into the, like I have to immerse myself into the aesthetic, and like I can't project myself onto the World of Warcraft world. I don't see myself in it. I see myself as like you know, a Final Fantasy character instead. But I'm not the type of person that's like anti-WoW. Like I don't understand that. If you just don't like WoW, just don't play it. Like it's not that big of a deal. Terra's still online on consoles? Well, they need to bring it to PC. Oh, damsel, I'm sorry for the jump scare. I wasn't expecting this huge lake sprawling underground. Hey, there's something glowing way over there. That light, I'm sure I've seen it before. That's it. I got it. It's the same kind of light that we saw at Fogbound Lake. That means that light may be coming from a time gear. Let's take a closer look. It went dark. What? Who are you? If you won't leave the time gear alone, I'll stop you. Oh my goodness, it's a Mio Sprit. I'm Mio Sprit. Here at the deep underground lake, I protect the time gear. I should have figured that I would see the lake trio. For some reason, I thought that just like Kelly Rowland would be the one that I would see in this game, but I should have expected to see all of them. Okay, let's fight Mio Sprit. Ooh, that Fury Swipe moment. Ooh, Mio Sprit, get up, Mio Sprit. I want to turn. Okay. Leech Seed. Oh my goodness, Mio Sprit is getting jumped. Roses, it's kind of crazy how many cameos there are. I guess because these are like, is Explorers in the Sky Gen 4? That would make sense. Oh, it's Gen 4, yeah, that makes sense. It's fun, it feels like a side series. Listen, we keep telling you we didn't come here to steal your time gear. Don't lie to me. Kelly Rowland used her telepathy to tell me what happened. I know that the time gear from Fogbound Lake was stolen. You heard from Kelly Rowland? That was your doing, wasn't it? No, it wasn't us. Then who's responsible? That would probably be me. Who are you? Grovile? That's Grovile. I must apologize. But I'll be taking your time gear, and by the way, my name is Coco, not Grovile. It's Coco! Nico, welcome to the chat. Stand aside. I won't let you take my time gear. I have no choice then. Did Coco just backhand slap Mio Sprit out of the air? Mio Sprit! You lost that fight. You sustained serious damage, so don't push it. You're not getting by us. We won't let you take the time gear even though you became a bad egg in the Emerald Girly Pop plot. Alright. Sorry for this. Coco is straight up backhanding us. Like, no, like, Razor Leaf, no, like, Screech, Fury Swipes. She's, like... We gave Coco serious abandonment issues and now they're back for revenge. Forgive me. I have no quarrel with any of you. But I'm taking the time gear. The time gear. The thief is taking it. I'm sorry. I must not have been talking about you. It was that Pokemon. I'm sorry for doubting you. Oh, this is bad. We gotta get out of here. Oh, we gotta go? Oh, what's going on? What? If we don't hurry, we'll be trapped in time. Hurry! Us literally strolling out. The clouds lifted over the quicksand cave and the vicinities of the arid area. Oh, I meant to save. Oops. Let's just... With my exclusive pink Mio DS. Thank you for helping with the criminal investigation. We'll be taking Sprit under our protection. We're dedicating all resources to pursuing Coco. If you come across any information related to this case, please let us know. We must cooperate and bring this criminal to justice. That is all. Now please excuse us. Welcome to the chat, Skiarfim. My, I'm absolutely astonished. There was a lake deep under the northern desert. And that wasn't all. A time gear was also down there. Yeah, but about that time gear, Coco took off with it, and we couldn't even slow down Coco. That's the same as doing nothing. Fun fact, Vaughn, Kelly Rowland in the game is a guy, which is crazy, since I thought ever since I was a kid, Uxie was a female legendary. Yeah. I didn't know until like 5 minutes ago as well. I just assumed that the whole Lakebound trio were just like pretty goddesses, but like there can be that's what I was saying. I say this in the videos too. You need a little bit of manly pop to like offset it. Like it can't be all girly pop or else it just becomes like too crazy. It's like having too much sweet food at once, you know? Aren't most legendaries non-binary? Well, I mean, Uxie's kind of like me, you know? Uxie's kind of like me. Like, sometimes I'm growing out my beard. Like, that's kind of like how Uxie is. What's Uxie? Kelly Rowland. Hi, Osaf. If we only had one tiny... Maybe they were saying, like, her, like, she, like, we use it, you know? Like, oh my goodness, she slays, you know? Like, maybe that's what Neospirit was saying. Where will Coco strike next? We have no way of knowing. It's too bad that the opportunity to catch and slipped away. We're back to square one. Maybe not. Not necessarily. Dusk Noir, sir. There are some clues. One time gear was around Fogbound Lake, guarded by Kelly Rowland, correct? Another time gear was at Underground Lake, guarded by Mealsprit. Oh, that reminds me. Mealsprit told us something interesting. Mealsprit knew that the time gear from Fogbound Lake was stolen. Kelly Rowland told her by using telepathy. Wigglytuff said... By the way, Fawn, the Natlan livestream trailer is going to be tonight at midnight for you if you want to react to anything. I'll probably wait for trailers and stuff, but yeah, that might be a good idea. Incredible! Now that is really something. I should have known. There is an ancient legend. It's believed that Kelly Rowland is the being of knowledge. Mealsprit is the being of emotion, by Carly Rae Jepsen. And the 3 Pokemon in total represent the spiritual world, and they are said to keep the world in balance. 3. So besides Kelly Rowland and Mealsprit, there's one other Pokemon? Yes. The last of the trio is Meowzelf, known as being the being of willpower. Kelly Rowland and Mealsprit both guarded time gears. Therefore, Meowzelf may likewise be protecting a time gear. The way that if a normie came in here and heard us referring to Kelly Rowland in the game, thinks... Well, I mean, we've seen it sometimes, Damsel. Like, someone yesterday came in while I was playing Minecraft, and I couldn't tell if they were, like, genuinely asking what my gender presentation was, or if they were trying to read me. They were like, so are you, like, a guy or a girl? And, like, I was, like, just making a joke, and they were like, uh-huh. And then somebody was like, it's kind of like Lifeweaver. And they were like, uh-huh. And then they kind of just, like, let the homophobia come out, and they're like, well, but, like, people... I can't help it. I can't help it. At this point, the sort of collective hive mind has gone off the rails. So if you don't come in and you can't catch the vibe, then maybe the vibe isn't for you. If we could locate Meowzelf, we may find a time gear with the Pokemon. Thank you, Miss Gagbag. Those 3 Pokemon, Kelly Rowland, Meowzelf, and Meowsprit, all 3 are said to dwell at lakes. Fawn Tropica becomes more real every day. It's a fact that both Kelly Rowland and Meowsprit were encountered at lakes. As such, I believe that Meowzelf will be found at a lake somewhere. Let's keep something in mind. Kelly Rowland's lake was located on a high plateau. Meowsprit's lake was hidden far beneath the desert. In both cases, the lakes were in unusual places. So the lake where Miozelf lives, it will be somewhere that we least expect it to be. My. I commend you for your wisdom, Desnoir, sir. I feel renewed admiration for you. Thank you. It's really nothing. I told y'all when my nephew is old enough, maybe like 8, he's going to be required to watch the Platinum Girly Pop Vlog. Ooh, so wait, how do I... So maybe like the other places we searched, the Eastern Forest and the Crystal Cave, those places could still be hiding their secrets from us. Oh, I have an idea. Baduki. I mean Baduf. Give her a diva voice. I'm trying to give her a Valley Girl voice, but it's kind of hard. Baduf won't give it the crystal. That's my precious treasure. Of course. But rest assured, we won't take it away or do anything. Now, Fawn. There's something I would like you to do, Fawn. Please touch Baduf's crystal. I should touch the crystal. If a crystal remains hidden in the crystal cave, if Fawn touches the crystal, it may trigger a dimensional scream. Oh! The dimensional scream is like, it's like a scream in your head. I wish that you would do that, Loudred. Sometimes when Fawn touches something, they scream in their head instead of out loud at everybody else. And then Fawn has a vision and it actually helps us instead of just hurting our ears. OMG. The Dookie Diamond. I grew up with the Height of the Valley Girls and OMG, it is ingrained. I used to have a pretty... I'm not good at my accents anymore. I'm pretty bad at accents. So everything that I do is just kind of like me whining in a different tone. This crystal, what will it reveal? Everyone's watching. I don't know if I will see anything, but I need to concentrate. This is so intense. Just touch the crystal, girl. Now I'll take it. The time gear. No. You can't take it. Never. I've never touched a crystal before. That was Coco trying to steal the time gear. There was also another Pokemon. Was it Miozelf? Anyway, the crystal did trigger a vision. See anything? I saw Miozelf being beat up by Coco. OMG, your ability is like totally thrilling. I want to read her diary again. When I woke up, the time gear was stolen. I have a question, Fawn. Did you see the past, or was it the future? Now, Chimecho, that's the tea right there. That's the gag. So you're not sure if it's in the past or the future. Everyone, please hold on. Yes, it's true it may have been a vision of the past, but it could have been a vision of the future. Yes! Well, yes. If you would be so kind, could you remind us what Mesprit said, Meowth? Who informed Mesprit via telepathy of the time gear? If I recall, it was Kelly Rowland. That's right, no mistake. But the name Miozelf, I've never heard it before. I mean, I only know the name Miozelf because you said it, Dusk Noir. Then there's still a chance. If Miosprit claimed that Miozelf had alerted her about the stolen time gear, then Fawn's dimensional scream would have surely been from the past. But that's not the case. Miosprit did not mention Miozelf. Therefore, it's possible that the event happened in the future. I see. One more point. Literally, Wigglytuff is there giving the Miley stare down for like 10 minutes at this point. One more point. And this is a sure thing. Upon touching the crystal, Fawn experienced the dimensional scream. The vision indicated the presence of a time gear, which means maybe what we seek is in the crystal cave. Perhaps there's a passage there that leads to the time gear. This is the same energy as everyone solving the extremely obvious twist. There's the kingdom. Hi, Pommy! Thank you, Pommy, for the subscription. OMG, I'm all fired up with excitement. It is a long time, Pommy. 13 months. Let's make it 33. Actually, let's make it 14. I can't promise 33. Let's make it 14. Y'all know how things get. Guildmaster? Guildmaster? Are you with us? Wigglytuff literally went to sleep. Huh? Chat's hot. Everyone, we're going after Coco. Now, Wigglytuff just said, where do we need to go? Like... I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read Sunflower's diary again. Where's Coco? Oh my gosh, diary. Where's Coco? The whole guild is now searching for that thieving Coco. The Duff, the Doug Trio, and I searched the Crystal Cave, but our search turned up nothing. Where could that Coco be? He must be caught no matter what. For Kelly Rowland's sake, too, we'll catch that criminal. That silly Biduff. OMG, he was not helping looking for Coco. Not only that, he even brought home a crystal as a souvenir. Eek! That reminds me, though, when we were leaving the Crystal Cave, I caught Biduff grinning to himself. Now that I think about it, OMG, that was him grinning about the crystal. OMG, I never suspected Biduff would leer in such an icky way. Ew. It's a new discovery. Sunflora would be like really good at like vlogging. Something stinks. Oh, it's these Puchianas. Oh, let me take that back. They're really cute. There's another Northern Desert. Let's see if we're strong enough for Northern Desert. I want to see if we can go after these quests again. Hi, Jem! How much longer do I plan on going today? Oh gosh, it's already been 2.5 hours. I don't have anything planned, so let's do 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes. I want to try these missions. Oh, let's open up these boxes. Kwee kwa. Sludge bomb. That's cool. Oh. Yay! We are having a great day. I hope you're having a great day. P.E.K.K.A scarf prevents poisoning. Meganium specific. Can anybody... Why can't I use... What's up with that? Why can't I use... Does that mean that nobody can learn it? Vanessa! Thank you for resubscribing. Thank you for 2 months. Yeah? Okay. What do we have in our inventory? Sometimes I pick up a petrify ore, but I haven't been lucky this time. I do have some gummies. Let's use those gummies up. And honestly, I kind of want to go get a sand slash. Maybe let's do that first. Let's try to get a sand slash. Yeah, we're gonna try to get a sand slash first. It's not the Crystal Cave. The northern is... Oh, can I not go back there? Now I'm confused. Some story ones don't let you go back. Oh, okay. Dang, okay. Let's get Peach back out then. Unless somebody can learn Sludge Bomb. Nah, Peach is kind of like our only one right now. Yeah, I like Peach. Let's give Peach some gummies then. Yeah, the Steel type tier list surprised me a lot too. The next one I think everyone's gonna really like. It's one that's been asked for a lot. I managed to record 3 videos this week. I was gonna record another one today, but nah, I got 3 videos to edit. And I'm not gonna edit them all at once, don't worry y'all. I'm just trying to get the footage done because I wanna like start spending my afternoons like thinking of new ideas or like working on new ideas, but like recording does like, I know it sounds like stupid, but like it does take a lot of energy. Oh, it takes so much energy, but it does. I don't know, I'm sick in the head. Like, it's a miracle that I'm even able to be a productive human being. They are all tier lists, yeah. I'm trying to get them all done because I've already considered that I'm just gonna finish all those types, but I do want to like do a Smash tier list, but I also want to like try other things out, but I don't want to like spread myself too thin. The lesson I learned with the girly pop lock is I can do a lot of videos at once, a lot of editing at once, but it's probably best to like compartmentalize. Like, it doesn't all have to be done at once. Like, I have an issue with that. Like, I try to do everything at once, everything everywhere all at once, and then I'm like, you know. Woo. Yeah, I think Smash Bros would be quite fun to do. IDK if you saw my last highlighted message. IDK if you talks about it on another stream, but did you see Frederick trying to comment on your vids? Yes. Frederick did comment on my video, and y'all know me, I like kind of freak out about that. Like, I honestly don't really like watch a lot of their stuff. But y'all know me, I watch like literally like I watch dry like history essays. Like that's what I watch. But I do very much like I'm inspired by Frederick's output. I don't really know if they have a team or anything like that, but they put out really quality content on all platforms, and the way that they scaled their stuff is something that I've like modeled myself after. Not necessarily like copying it like book by like play by play, but like I've seen what Frederick's been able to do and how they've been able to maneuver and like finesse. So like I'm very inspired by like what they've accomplished. So when they commented on my video and followed me, I was like, OMG, like it just felt affirming. It's very affirming when I see like creators that like Weedle Twin Weedle also like commented on my video too. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like a YouTuber. But yeah, I gotta tinkle, so I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I never know how to get back to the main screen. Okay, I'm back. But yes, it was really cool seeing Frederick interacting with my stuff. Like, I focus mostly on y'all. Like, I've said this before, but my community is a very big part of like the experience, the fawn experience. Like, it's not every day that you find somebody posting videos like me, and then like the community is also a big part of it. Like, we are our own little space. So that's what I really focus on. And like, honestly, y'all are the people who keep me in the know on video game news, because like I said before, I don't really pay attention to all that stuff. So, but it's nice to like sort of get a nod from a bigger creator. Okay, let's finish out this stream. We're going to the Northern Desert. I have to arrest Gloom. Enough is enough. Peach, Surskit, Meowth, Team Meow Explore is on our way to arrest the criminal Gloom. Her crime? Too much intersectionality. I gotta be careful with my jokes. That's a joke. Do you think you're going to stream if you do Pokemon Presents this month? Oh, I should probably consider it. If it's after, like, if I honestly try to, like, not, well, I don't know. That might be an important day to try to stream it, yeah. I'll definitely consider that, yeah. If there's a Pokemon Presents, I think that would be a good idea for me to stream it. But I don't know. It'll just be me going, like... Medication makes it difficult for me to fall asleep during the day, but I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep even if I did ruin my sleep schedule for Brain Friday. AJ, I'm so sorry. I know insomnia really sucks. Just relax. I mean, if you can, I would just lay down. If I were you and I had the ability, I would just lay down. Just lay down. Maybe that can be the rest that you can get. I personally have never really experienced insomnia, but like, they do, like, sleep deprivation is literally a form of torture. So like I can't really I can't really say that I don't think that that's awful. It's rough, yeah. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten insomnia. I think I get like, I think I'm easy to become like manic for like 12 hours at a time. And sometimes I just won't sleep, but like I can go to sleep later. Like, it's not like, oh my goodness, I can't fall asleep. Like, I can go to sleep later. Laying down with your eyes closed is really helpful. Yeah, are you going to stream Pokemon World Championships? Probably not. I don't really get into like the battles like that. I don't know. I will be hosting in October a special Girly Pop Cup, though. I will be hosting. Oh, was I supposed to say that? Shh. I don't know if I was supposed to say it. They're going to start promoting it soon, though. Y'all, I ordered Wendy's and they messed up my order. It's cold. Life is not fair sometimes. You know what sucks is when you order something and it does come out bad, like, you have to like figure out how to do a legitimate report, because like that is means for a refund. But like people have abused it so much that you have to like verify that you're not like trying to scam. See, just do that. There you go. That's how you do insomnia. That's how you fix insomnia. You walk onto a sleeping trap and you go to sleep. You know, I saw something about a Girly Pop Cup that happened last year a few days ago, and I thought, fun. Now I just need more details. So I participated in the second Girly Pop Cup hosted by Shiny Dex. Shiny's actually a subscriber here. They do it like 6 months between each other. I participated in the second one, but I gotta stop talking about it. I don't think they care about me talking about it, but I just respect the fact that it's their project, you know? Yes, Uber Eats wants a whole unboxing video. It's just content creators. It's like an invite thing, AJ. I think that I would be perfect. I honestly think that this is okay. I know I will always admit I'm never going to be the type of person that's like, I'm delusional and I deserve all of this stuff. But I will say my dreams, and I will also admit while I say my dreams that they are dreams and sometimes they're a little bit silly. But I do think that I have what it takes to like participate as like an MC in video game events. I do think that I could be a great MC. I do not get like stage fright like that. Like, obviously I get nervous, but I have a lot of fun like hosting my stream, and I have a lot of fun when I get the chance to be on other people's stream. I learned that at the Girly Pop Cup. I would love to like MC. Like, okay, y'all want to know one of my like big dreams? I want to host like the video game awards. Like that one pretty girl. I'm not a pretty girl, but like they have that one pretty girl hosting, and whenever I see her, I'm like, I want to do that. That looks so fun. I want to do that. But I know they'll probably never hire me. But that would be cool. Because like sometimes it wasn't this year, but the year before, she actually turned like a look, and I was like, I want to do the video game awards, and I want to give like my drag. Like I would do like if for some random weird reason the universe let me host that, I would it would be a whole production, like very much Lady Gaga at the Met Gala when she did the camp here. Like I would do costume changes, and it would all be referencing like all the girly pop sort of like icons of video games. Like I would do a Primarina look, I would do a Tomb Raider look, I would do like an Ooh La La look. Like I would have so much fun with it. And then I would just I don't know, Call of Duty, the winner of the best video game of the year is Call of Duty 3. A Noel look. Fawn hosting Minecraft Live. But it would also be hilarious because I'm like, it's like a video game award show. Like, be so serious. Oh, well, damsel, if I ever got the chance, you know Ooh La La would have to come out. You can't talk about girly pop icons without talking about Ooh La La every single time. Need I remind you, Ooh La La is the only video game girl to do a collaboration with Michael Jackson. Something similar where Pokemon are drafted based on aesthetic would be interesting to watch. That's the Girly Pop Club. Girly Pop Club, Glex, Ellie. So it's a new thing, so like not a lot of people know about it, and it's not something that I don't do anything. Like they just kind of have me show up. They give me the date and I show up for it. But Water Shiny, they go by Shiny Ducks on Twitch. They are doing that. The Girly Pop Cup is based off of Girly Pop criteria. And let's just say that they've been taking my tier list to heart for the next one. And it's gonna be... I have to stop talking about this. It's not my project. I have to stop talking about it. Oh, Roses, see ya. I'm sorry. I hope that you're here for me to say bye. See ya, Roses. Thank you for hanging out. Y'all, today I got like a little bit like body conscious. Like, I mean, you know how it is, especially since we all like are so inundated with internet media. It's like it's not just today, this week I have been just kind of like, I've been telling myself like a sort of mantra of just like, I have to be proud and like confident in what I am as a person, right? But I don't know, today I was just like really down on myself. I was just like feeling like so like insecure, I guess. Don't let me get me, I'm my own worst enemy. Like very much like that, right? I don't know how we do it. Like, I had to like sit down and I was like, girl, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm really sitting here insecure about the fact that like I have to like, I don't think that humans are meant to see so many people at once every single day. You know? I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, get over it. Oh my god. Love Pink. Fawn being a girly pop reference for dozens of streamers. I love that. I love that. I mean, I genuinely, I'm just kind of just yapping in a way that it feels right to me, and I will always give I will always give an authentic yap, right? I do my best to sort of know when and where it's best to yap and what topics I am good at yapping about, but it will always be authentic. And that's just how it is. When I post stuff online now, I just kind of like, it's the glam the girls want, so I'm gonna give them that kind of glam, you know. And I don't really know, I don't know what ethos I have. I don't know what credibility I have. Well, right, it's pretty cool, and I love this vibe that we have here. Like, it's very fun. It puts me in such a good mood. It puts me in such a good mood. I try to think about how I'd never say or think any of this stuff about people I love, and that sort of helps. Try to think about how I'd never say or think that. Yes, exactly. You are always like, not you, but like, I am always, it's something that's common, but I will say for myself, I am always the type of person that will be way harsher on myself than I would ever be to anyone else, like even a complete stranger. And like, that's where I'm like, okay, now it's getting ridiculous. Like, but I have been like, recently, I've been like really trying to like, get back into like working out more seriously. And even though I do it for my health, there is just like a sort of thing where I'm like waiting for like a payoff in terms of like my strength or aesthetics, and I just don't feel like I compare to total strangers. And then I get into my head, but then I have that conversation with myself and I'm like, wait a minute, that is so unhealthy. Most of these people are editing their photos. Most of these people are like getting themselves at the right moment. Like, it's just, I don't know, but it's very easy to fall down that. And my brain has the ability to just like sort of start a thought and then it just sort of goes, and sometimes I don't notice that it's going until it's too late. And that almost happened today. About to boot up my farm and fields in Mysteria. Oh, have fun, Tropic Soul. Yeah, boy, sometimes I do have conversations with myself, and I know it sounds crazy, but like, it helps. Because when you hear it, or like I'll talk to my boyfriend about it, and then when I'm hearing it, I'll be like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And then as I'm saying it, I'm like, okay, so now that I've just said it to you, and I'm hearing myself say it, I don't need to talk to you about it anymore. Because I hear how crazy I'm sounding in my head. Me listening to Chaperone and randomly spiraling. Sometimes I say things to people and I'm like, oh, I sound insane, never mind. How long have I been together? 10 years. 10 years. I can't remember if we're going on 10 or if we already hit 10. But like, neither of us are kind of the type of people who are like, we met at 12:45 on August 17th. The sun, like, neither of us have the memory for it. I just know that we are at the 10-year mark. Yeah. Which I think very much fits for me. I've always been like kind of like a hopeless romantic as a teenager, and I've never been like sort of, I'm a very serious person with a lot of the things that I do, and especially relationship, I'm very serious. So I'm very lucky to have found somebody who literally likes the same things that I like. Because I think I've always been like a long-term relationship girly. Like, this relationship has eclipsed any relationship I've been in, but like, back when I was single, I would not initiate any type of like relationship with someone unless I was absolutely sure that I could like be around them all the time, because I like my alone time. 12:45 August. 8 years, yeah. Once you hit like that point, Photon, it's like, oh my goodness. What? I was like, why can't I move? My boyfriend's MBTI. My boyfriend will not give me his MBTI. The only thing I know is he's a Sagittarius, but I don't know what his MBTI is. I would actually rather know his MBTI than his sign, because I take MBTIs a little bit more seriously. But I don't know. But maybe that's a pretty poignant thing about his personality. Yeah, Comet, that was a deal breaker for me too. I would like, I mean, obviously I would have fun, you know. You know, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I gotta be, I have to be my own biggest fan. I can be cute. The voice, back in my single days, the boys like to talk to me. It's fine and it's fun. But like, we keep it fun. But like, if they don't like Pokemon, if they don't like video games, if they don't watch anime, if they don't know like, if they don't like makeup and or like at least appreciate it or like have space for it, I just can't, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, I know some people like to have somebody who does completely different things. I can't do it because a lot of the stuff that I like is so sacred to me that I don't like to show it to people unless I feel like it's understood. And the last thing I would want is for someone to like not get why I love video games so much. That's just how I am though. Slowly but surely ask him all of the Myers-Briggs questions. Well, the Myers-Briggs stuff changes over time too. Like, you don't stay one, so like there's a lot of questions. His favorite Pokemon is Magikarp. I didn't get how that happened, but here we are. Right, like my boyfriend, I mean, we kind of play the same games, but we play games very differently. But I like to be able to talk to people about games. Like, I guess that's just what it is. I don't know what it worries me sometimes because sometimes I'm like, is this like just like my thing in life is I can only really talk about the things that I'm interested in, and is that like a sign of like bad sort of like, am I not an adjusted human being? But my belly's empty. Like I feel very fulfilled when I'm able to talk about stuff that I really enjoy. Like, I can do small talk and like I can get to know people and like I can have friends that I can like joke around with and stuff like that. And there's various topics that I can talk about, but I really need like an anchoring thing that we both mutually know about for me to like, I guess that's everybody. I don't know. I think for me, it's like, I think it's more normal now, especially after the pandemic. A lot of people like Pokemon, or at least are honest about liking Pokemon more. But for a minute, it kind of felt like I couldn't talk to anybody about it. Hi, Kale. She's here. Let's go, y'all. Look at Peach. Peach was like, you're under arrest. Pause. Arrest her mind. Okay, so is that one away? Oh man, I need to get my... Let's do a bite here. Okay. Oh my... I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it! Please. What was that, a 2-shot? Gloom is the mini boss to end all mini bosses. This is insane. I need a petrify ore bad, like down boots, mama. Like now we know where Gloom will end up on the poison tier list. My question is, how many items did I lose? Let's go open up this box. Yeah, I need to level up and do some things. Let me I don't know what to do now because we don't have a lot of time left. I'm not gonna initiate any more dungeon crawling, but I will I'm gonna organize some things. Yeah, I'm sure the Crystal Cave will, but it's all good. It's all good. That was insane, though. 2 hits. Hi, Slay. Vio, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I need some meal milks. I'm going to set up my team and everything and save, and then we'll be done. Blissey song. I want a Blissey. Let's check for the egg. Maybe the egg's ready after all of this time. Excuse me. See, I don't have any Reviver Seeds. Those, I would have beaten this by now if I had Reviver Seeds. If you grind Marowak Dojo, you can easily get a bunch of escape orbs. I don't know where that is. Oh my goodness. Oh well. Is this it? I've never been in here. I haven't been to the beach either. Maybe I should do those things next time. I'm gonna store those things in that so I don't... I could have lost the sludge bomb. Goodness gracious. We're about to start running out of bands. Hi, Mikey. I heard that MLO has stolen Meal Boost candies and created their own formula, which they use for their new candies called MLO Boost. Gloom MLO must be Gloomelo. Gloomelo. Okay. Give the power band to Peach. Special band to Surskit. Stamina band to me. Actually, we're gonna give the power band to Meowth. Okay, everybody. that will be it for today. I did save, but I'm gonna make a save state. I gotta remember to just load the save state because we did do some things. Thank y'all for hanging out. It was a little bit longer of a stream, but I mean, I feel weird like apologizing for a longer stream. Y'all are gonna leave if y'all don't want to watch the whole thing, so it's like I appreciate people liking to hang out for 3 hours. So tomorrow we will be getting back into our Honkai Star Rail moment. I know that Natlan is like around the corner. I really don't know when it's gonna come out. Vampire Weekend and Nicki Minaj live. Spotify, leave me alone. But we're gonna play Honkai until Natlan comes out. So August 27th. Okay, so we got some time. Honkai is gonna take a little bit to get through for sure, but I don't mind it. It's fun playing Hoyoverse games. Let's say bye to the YouTube, everybody. I forgot to say bye to the YouTube, and the last VOD didn't get monetized because Sneaker Night was playing on it. So I gotta. Natlan stream is on your birthday. Uh-oh. That'll be fun. Thank y'all, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed today's VOD. Thank y'all so much. The YouTube had like, as of posting this now, like 700 people almost watching it, so that's cool. I know the VOD channel is like not very edited and stuff like that, but I will post these for y'all if you're interested, and I appreciate it. Every side of our community gets love, you know? There's so many different parts, but I appreciate y'all. All right, bye YouTube!